This is Damian McNamara reporting. With me is Dr. Terry Cronin Jr., who's the author of the Skin Investigator series, a dermatology series looking at a murder investigation where you use your dermatology skills. Can you tell me, it's not that far for most dermatologists to be detectives. Can you talk about how that sort of plays naturally into the murder detective genre?
Sure. Well, every dermatologist is always asking their patients questions and trying to deduce what the problem is, what their skin problem is. Many times they'll ask questions like, what have you been applying to your skin? What have you been exposed to? Have you been working with certain plants? Have you been working with certain chemicals? All these questions are very much like a detective would ask, and so every day a dermatologist is a detective. So it wasn't a hard stretch to have a dermatologist become a detective in a hard-boiled crime novel. And the Skin Investigator is about a dermatologist named Harry Poe who helps the Miami police solve a crime involving tattoos and illicit cosmetic surgery. And basically what it's about is something called scalpel tourism. Scalpel tourism is where Americans travel to foreign nations to get cut-rate, inexpensive cosmetic surgery, and sometimes they get harmed by this. Sometimes they get lackluster results, and sometimes they're actually put in danger by the people they meet by doing this.
So you're taking your real experience as a dermatologist and putting it into the fiction piece?
Well, absolutely. Everything in the story is based on reality, and I try to be as factual as I can with the facts. However, the story in itself is fiction. I reassure you about that.
But there's some importance to putting the skin cancer prevention messages in this kind of form where it's fun and, it's not so preachy, right?
Well, absolutely, Damien. Here we are out at a poolside and people are laying out, and our culture really promotes going out in the sun. And the title of this trilogy is the Sunshine State Trilogy. And here in Florida, we promote sunshine all the time. But as a dermatologist, we're constantly trying to tell people to protect themselves. We're seeing a skin cancer epidemic here. Wear your sunscreen, wear sunglasses, wear a hat, wear sun protective clothing. And that plays a big role in the story. But it's fun. It's certainly not meant to be preachy, but it's educational while being entertaining.
Okay, and Dr. Cronin, you had the first book here of the series. Can you talk about sort of the plot of this one and what else is out?
Sure. Well, the first one is called Tramp Stamp, and as I mentioned, it has to do with the tattoo industry and also this illicit cosmetic surgery. And what ends up happening is there is some international intrigue involved because there's nations where the scalpel tourism is taking place. In the second book of the trilogy, it's called Rash Guard, and it's about syphilis and surfers and some incidents with the State Department as he's opened a can of worms by our relations with some of these nations have been affected by what happened in the first book. And then the final book is called Sunburn. Sunburn isn't out yet. It'll be out next year.